Hello. What was that? I can't hear it now. I ruined it. There we go. Yeah. Okay, turn it off.
My God.
Hi, Smark City Podcast. Alex and Drew here.
Oh my God.
We've had some trouble with the podcasting lately. I got sick, and then Balor got hurt, and I didn't want to watch wrestling,
And then nobody wanted to give a shit about anything.
Yeah, and Drew held it down on Twitter anyway for about a week, and he got rewarded, didn't you?
Oh my God.
I don't think we really need to talk about anything other than the Universal title match.
Don't care about anything.
Yeah, the rest of it doesn't matter. Okay, I don't know what to say. That was interesting.
I want to believe. I want to believe in all of my heart, in every fiber of my being, that Kevin Owens did not know he was going to win until Triple H pedigreed Seth. I want to believe that so badly.
I don't think that's the case, but that would be really cool. I don't dispute you wanting to think that at all.
That is how much of a mark I am right now.
Yeah. So for anyone who's not watched Raw, Kevin Owens is your new Universal Champion over Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Big Cass, who was there for I don't know why.
The one who had a probable negative 5,000% of a chance of winning.
And they at least made him look good. They let him run hot at the start of the match, and then he's gone. And then they went for another 15 minutes or so without him. But, I mean, that's kind of that's where he is right now. Like, he has a lot of potential, and he could be somebody who's really great as a singles competitor someday. Not right now. He got to run his hot tag, or what's usually his hot tag, on the three other competitors, and that was great. And yeah, that was fun. I'm glad he got that opportunity. It's going to be good for him in the long run. He didn't deserve to win. That was the right call. Just Triple H just shows up and is like, "Hey, no, my NXT dude's winning."
Okay. First of all, Triple H shows up. I didn't have the window open. For those of you who don't know, I don't have cable. I watch on the USA Network.com live TV gimmick thing. So I did not have the window open.
You got to know, you're around wrestling people when like the go-to word for a thing you don't know is a gimmick.
And all I hear is, "What the hell, Triple H?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like scrambling, and I finally get to the USA tab. And then I see him he pedigreed Roman already, and I'm like, "Oh God, no! Why are we doing this again?" I thought we were rehashing Roman.
No, as soon as he did it to Roman, I knew it was going to be Kevin Owens winning. I knew it. I knew that like they've been talking about it. Even though I've not really been watching wrestling for the last week or so because I've just been sick and just didn't want to after Finn Balor got hurt. I knew there were rumors that they were going to do like a double turn with Roman and Rollins and all that. So as soon as I saw Triple H, I'm like, oh, he's turning on Rollins here. And that was interesting. It's really cool.
Oh, man, I didn't expect that at all.
I saw it. I was like, here it comes. I want to send Corey Graves a shout out for an amazing fucking line when Rollins pinned Reigns. He said, "Death, taxes, and Rollins beats Reigns every time." And it was so great because then immediately Triple H goes around and pedigrees Rollins. It was just a perfect, like Corey's the fucking heel commentator. He's like, "There we go. He's got it. He's got it in the bag." And then turns around and nope. But that was funny. Kevin Owens is... there's so many questions because we don't know what Triple H is doing. He's clearly back to at least be around at some point. We don't know what his role is.
And it kind of looks like he's not on Stephanie's side right now, which is very weird.
Steph wanted Rollins, and he clearly said, "Nope, I'm picking KO." And so they've got their own little dispute here. Don't know what it means for the Shane Stephanie rivalry. And
cares?
Well, I kind of care just for the implications on how it could affect the shows. I don't care in the microcosm of them. You know what I mean? My big thing is I don't know what Triple H is now because he's not the commissioner of either show and he's not the general manager of each show. So I don't know what he is. I don't know what influence he has, but he clearly has the power to supersede them in some capacity because he just made the winner of the Universal Championship. It just reminds me. It reminded me so starkly of like the corporate Rock Championship and all that stuff. Like just where handpicked. This is the guy. KO is going to heal like crazy.
So wonderful.
It's going to be great. Rollins is essentially turning babyface now, which is what they needed.
So great. So
you could be looking at Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn or Seth. Well, that's the crazy thing because now we have KO as the main heel, right? And who else is a heel on that roster?
That is just music to my ears.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man. There have been rumors for so long that they have big plans for KO. Like it's going to happen. And I knew as soon as Finn Balor got hurt, like this could be the opportunity. So like people were saying, they're going back to Rollins Reigns. I didn't really buy it. But you never know with WWE. But
no, I didn't buy that either. Only if they were going to do a double turn, which of course, then again, I didn't buy that either because they're not turning Roman heel.
Yeah. Well, they might now. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Roman is completely directionless right now, which is very weird.
He's not directionless. He's clearly now got a beef with Triple H and by default, Kevin Owens.
Well, at least I know that Owens and Reigns will put on a good match.
Oh yeah, God, it'll be amazing. That's the big thing about Roman. Roman is like as much hate as the guy gets for how he's been presented on television and stuff. He never has a bad match anymore. Like he did when he was just starting from the Shield, but he never has a bad match anymore. Ever. I've not seen him have a bad match in like a year. So, that's something. And Kevin Owens and him are going to just tear it down. There is a screen cap I just saw of Triple H raising Kevin Owens' hand with the title, and in the background someone has the "Drink It In, Man" sign up. That's a good.
I'm drinking every bit of it in right now.
That's a great timing on that fan's part. Good job. What is Raw now? What the hell is Raw? Because you have Rollins was the heel, like he was the heel, and then you had Rusev and KO, right? If we're turning Rollins babyface, which seems to be the indication now, we're not turning Sammy heel to counteract. We could be turning Cesaro heel. That could happen.
I don't know about that one.
Well, my only reason for saying that is because, he's having this story where he's frustrated and now he's down 2-0 to Sheamus, and I don't know, maybe they do something there. My big thing is they're not going to turn Sammy. If they're turning Seth, they're not going to turn him back. It could be Roman. It could be Cesaro. We're looking at a pretty massive heel turn here at some point, probably, right? Like just from balance standpoint, unless they're going to push Sheamus or something.
What I would hope is that they actually invest now that they've done the unthinkable and they've invested in Kevin Owens. I would now hope that they do the next best thing and invest in Mr. Majestic as fuck Rusev.
Yeah.
Because now you've got the two top titles on Raw.
Yep.
Held by really good heels. And you can put Roman back in the U.S. title picture. You could have Roman in a three-way dance between babyface Seth and Owens for this championship. There's a bunch of opportunities and possibilities.
Yeah, and here's my big like this is my impression immediately is that this is a huge shakeup in changing Seth Rollins because he's so high on the card. So it just makes everybody below him is affected by it. You know what I mean? If someone lower on the card turns heel, it's not going to affect anyone above them.
Right.
But if you're turning heel top down, it affects everyone. There is clearly they're going to have to change some things. My first impression is maybe you see Gallows and Anderson helping with Triple H and KO.
That'd be wonderful.
That would be wonderful until a certain somebody comes back and claims his club back. That'd be nice. So that could happen. You could have like Rusev or Jinder Mahal or somebody.
I need more.
I don't even know why Jinder Mahal is there, to be honest. But clearly they need some heavy to back up KO because now he's got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and I'm sure Sami Zayn's pissed now that he wins the fucking feud with KO, and now KO is the Universal Champion. Like that bugs me about WWE in general. But
yeah, well, AJ Styles lost at WrestleMania, and then the next night became the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little more believable in that sense, but in the Sami Zayn KO sense, I literally don't get it because Sami wins decisively, right? And then Sami Zayn goes on to not really be focused on the show, but he's winning every match he's having. And he finally lost
SummerSlam.
Yeah, and he finally lost to Seth Rollins one-on-one in his lead up against for Rollins Balor. KO has just middled in the tag team division, and then here he is. It's just interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what to say. I don't know what the implications are going to be. My first questions are towards Triple H. I want to know where he's doing. I just want Kevin Owens to go as just NXT heel, like so smug, so arrogant, so much better than everyone. Do it. Do that, and that's amazing. And we'll just all be happy, you know.
Oh man, I'm so happy right now.
I know you are.
And I have to explain why, because for the past 2 weeks, I have been basically running the Twitter account by myself, and I've been shitting on the WWE product really hard.
Yeah.
Like, really hard. I was a big mark for Daniel Bryan, and I absolutely admit, not afraid to at all, not a scaredy cat. It's manly to say that you cry. Okay? I cried my eyes out when he retired in February.
Oh, that's sad. I didn't want to hear that.
And this my 1A since day one has been Kevin Owens.
I've always been a huge fan of Kevin. He's always with your favorites, you really don't rank them. You just love them. You don't have to worry about conditionally segregating them. Kevin Owens has always just been one of the guys that I wish nothing but the best for him. I hope he's always got some kind of really cool angle going because he always entertains me. So I'm really happy about this. I was kind of ready to tune Raw out for a little bit. I'm going to at least pay attention for Kevin Owens' sake and for whatever Triple H is doing now. I'm just glad Papa Triple H is taking care of his NXT boys,
Man. Praise be Triple H, my God.
He could have done something about the Bailey headband thing tonight, but I don't know.
I don't even care.
Is there anything else on the show you want to talk about?
No.
I liked the Jericho Neville match. That was fun.
Okay. Oh, you know what? If I need to be negative for a minute, it's going to be somebody's got to make a list of the winners of how many wins rather Chris Jericho has gotten that have been absolutely unnecessary this year. And I tell you, that list is going to be as long as the 1,004 holds list.
Is it really unnecessary? Like, you don't know where they're going with it yet, so I don't know if I would classify it as unnecessary.
It doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, it could, because Neville's not had a feud since he's returned. And Jericho's the guy that he got injured in the match with Jericho. So there is something they could tell there.
Unless this means that Neville is now going to be the next #1 contender to the United States Championship, like the loss by AJ Styles, WrestleMania. Unless something like that happens, it'll be a miracle. But
no, that's not going to happen. My point is that Neville needs a feud, just a feud that. Like, every time he has a match, people, like, start popping and getting invested because he's that good at it. They just need a story for him.
And I know this is – I thought cruiserweights, and then I thought, holy fuck.
Oh, yeah, he's going in the – oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, that was totally going to happen. Did you not know that?
I thought they were going to stick around in NXT for a while.
No, the cruiserweight division means instantly everyone who's a cruiserweight is going directly to Raw. That's Alexander, Gargano, Ciampa, Rich Swann, all of them. And Rich Swann's not even been on NXT yet, really. So, like, all of them are going.
Jeez. I mean,
yeah. So you're about to get ready because you're about to have Gargano, Ciampa, Alexander, Neville, maybe Zayn if they want to throw him in there occasionally, Ibushi, TJ Perkins, like – Noam Dar. You're about to see all of them.
Right.
Yeah, fighting each other. Not a bad match ever.
And I mean, this. I had a feeling that the cruiserweight division was going to make me somewhat interested in Raw, but I didn't know that.
You thought it was going to be ye old, skinny.
I knew. Okay, well,
Skinny Magoo.
I knew that TJ Perkins was coming, and I knew that Rich Swann was coming, and I knew that whoever else they showed in that first video package last week, and I was excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that made me tear up regarding the Cruiserweight Classic was the Gargano Ciampa match.
It was fantastic. It was so
which
good.
Was what a freak! I mean, they've been selling ever since that match. They have been teasing a breakup.
Yes,
they did it. They did it at SummerSlam, at Takeover. They did it at the CWC taping, which taped before Takeover, where Gargano sold the knee injury from Takeover.
Yeah,
I don't know if you realize that.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing for me was I knew Takeover, Gargano and Ciampa could win. They're probably not gonna because they're probably going straight to Raw. But if they do win, they're probably dropping into the Authors of Pain like the next week.
And I completely think now that they're not breaking up. They're not going to break up until, I just want to say, at least 6 months into the Cruiserweight division. Because that's when you're going to get a really good... I mean, that's going to be a great moment.
I think they're going to work the tag team scene and the Cruiserweight scene at the same time. And it's going to be the Cruiserweight scene eventually splits them up because they're both trying to vie for the Cruiserweight Championship. I think that's probably... Back to the original topic was Neville. I think that's probably what they're getting ready for Neville is probably this little mini feud with Jericho where he finally gets edge over him, jumps straight into the Cruiserweight division, becomes the first Cruiserweight champion. I think that's probably what happens. He just needs a story because his wrestling's so good. I mean, he's always – you remember when he and Rollins had that match before he got hurt?
Yeah.
That false finish where he almost won the World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, my God. Like Neville always gets the crowd invested when the time comes. What they need to do is they need to figure out the best way to tell a story for him and just go with it. And it's pretty much the way they were doing Balor. And they're still doing Balor, where they're just like, how fucking awful is it that he's hurt and shit? Like, you can do the same things with Neville, where like he broke his fucking ankle, and he's having people take cheap shots at it and all this shit. And just a short interview from him, and all of a sudden you got something to work with. They just, I don't understand how they have 3 hours and they don't take the time to build up the guys who are so talented.
Well, we're going to see what happens next week, because
and that's great. And they're building. It feels like they only have time to build one person at a time. Like it was Balor, now it's Kevin, and they'll move it to somebody else at some point.
But they are, with this turn, like you were just saying before, with this seemingly babyface turn of Rollins now, that kind of adjusts the order a little bit on Raw, where it came from the top, like you said. So it's well, this has to take some sort of an effect.
The order was supposed to have been adjusted with Balor. Like that was the goal, and fucking Rollins injured him. Fucking asshole. I'm not cheering for him, by the way.
Oh, no. I'm not cheering for him either.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to promo him, and I'm going to not be happy about that.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah. I don't know. It was an interesting episode of Raw, if only because of the Kevin Owens Triple H thing.
I literally didn't give a shit until
I didn't give a shit either. I've had a hard time the last couple of weeks after Balor got hurt. It's just I just can't get invested. That was my dude, and now he's hurt for 6 months, and it's like, well, shit. I mean, I can watch, but I'm not really. That's the big thing. That was the big litmus test. Was I saw that Miz Daniel Bryan confrontation, because everybody was fucking losing their minds over it. And I'm just like, that's and that told me like, yeah, you're not in wrestling mode anymore. But Kevin winning helps get me back a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, I didn't think this was happening. I did not think this was happening.
I thought it was probably not going to happen, but it was definitely not like no chance. I thought it was, going in, I would have been like, Kevin has a, if your normal, just average was 25%, he's like 35, I didn't think Cass had any chance. I thought Rollins was not going to win, because why would you have him lose to Balor just to, win
because
as the contingency plan? That's no fun.
My old answer would have been because WWE.
Yeah, but like that just makes no logical sense to me. And it's in the same way the Zayn Owens discrepancy makes no sense to me. I thought you're either getting a turn and Reigns wins, or Kevin Owens is winning. That was kind of my thought, but I didn't think Kevin was really gonna.
And by the way,
win.
I just want to put it out there. I did screen cap it, and when we're done here, I'm going to post it at the Smark City.
Okay.
I totally called Roman getting pinned before Rollins.
Well, I mean, yeah. My thought, this is how I would have done it, and they did a wonderful thing. So like, let's not split hairs here. I would have had Owens, Reigns as the last two, double turn. Reigns wins the title, heel Reigns, KO chasing, and then you've got this great. Either you can turn Seth with it, or you can have Reigns and Seth kind of reuniting under their own little banner to try to run Raw away from the new up and comers of KO, Zayn, Neville, that sort of ilk, and that would have been fun, especially with the cruiserweights coming in. Like, there's a lot of substance there and a lot of new matchups. So I thought that would have been cool. Come on, man, how can you complain with Kevin Owens being the top title holder in WWE? You can't.
Oh, there's people out there.
Well, fuck those people. I don't ever want to meet them. Like, that's like, so whatever. I mean, does it fix Raw? No, there are still massive storytelling holes and issues that I have with the product that I can't get fully invested in the show because they're just issues. But there are things that I always really enjoy about Raw, and having KO as the champion, I'm going to still have things to enjoy. So, I'm pretty happy. I know you're ecstatic, so I'm glad. I'm happy that you're happy about this. Let's all be happy.
Happiness.
Let me say happy one more time.
Happy.
Happy, joy, happy, joy. Anyway, is there anything else about Raw you want to talk about?
All right, let me get it together for a second. All right, so well, you know what? There is something. The big. I thought that the opening segment would actually. You didn't see the opening
I
segment?
didn't see it. I didn't remember wrestling was on until about 8 o'clock Central. For anyone who's listening, so yeah, it tells you how out of it I've been on wrestling.
Basically, they cut some really good promos in the beginning. It was all the four men involved in the ring with Corey Graves.
Yeah.
And Corey was just like, being a little bit of an interviewer, just asking some questions. And Kevin Owens took over. And just, I don't even remember now what he said, but it was wonderful. And
I'm sure it's on YouTube. I can go find it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on YouTube. At one point, and this was just like, so they've been going there lately, and we're going to talk about what I'm talking about when I say they're going there after we mention this.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, you'll understand.
Okay.
Big Cass says to Rollins, I don't know the whole line. I don't remember the whole line.
That's fine. Just paraphrase.
I'm still in mark out mode.
I know.
He says something along the lines of size matters.
Oh, that's such a Vince McMahon thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I totally marked for that comment.
Why?
I thought it was great. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
I thought it was hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
It's juvenile and it's awful.
Dumb. Yeah, it's the kind of shit that you're just like, oh my God, fucking say that.
It's the suffering succotash tater tots crap, but my God, I had a good laugh.
I feel like if you're ever gonna say that, you have to say it like you're in on the joke of how dumb it is. Like, hey, size matters, but if you say it all tough and shit, I'm just gonna laugh at you. I mean, I guess that's what else would Cass say? Like, come on.
Well, and then I found it funny too that everyone was so behind him because it was so blatantly obvious that it's Vince that wants him on the top. Yet here's Roman in the ring and they're booing the shit out of him.
Yeah, I think it's because casual fans aren't the ones that are booing Roman. And all the Smarky guys still like Enzo and Cass. I feel like it's starting to turn, though. Like, I've seen a lot of critical comments on Enzo and Cass lately.
By some of us, even right here.
Yeah. My only criticism is that they made Enzo speed up his spiel at the beginning. Like, the crowd cannot chant that fast, buddy. Like, they can't chant. My name is Enzo. Like, that's who can keep that cadence?
You know what? My Yankees lost today, and I don't give a shit.
Well, no one cares about your Yankees.
No one cares about your team.
Well, they won today, so fuck you.
No one cares. No one cares so much that I don't even remember their names.
Oh, you're dumb. Anyway, I don't know. It was just an interesting show.
Now, what I was mentioning with that thing that you didn't understand what I was talking about.
So vague on that I've already forgotten about it. Yeah, proceed.
So now we have another very interesting work shoot type of an angle with Daniel Bryan and The Miz on SmackDown Live.
Right, but what's the one we're talking about now?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, what's the other one? You said now we have two shoot angles. What's the other shoot angle?
Well, the first one was Cass talking about Seth's penis.
Oh.
And this one...
Oh, okay. I guess it does make sense because he's got nudes out there, but like, I didn't even connect that. I didn't even think of it. When you said size matters, I just thought it was Vince being a dick. I didn't,
that makes sense now.
Yeah, I didn't think of Seth has nudes out there. Anyway, Jesus Christ, what am I doing here? Why am I spending my Monday nights doing this?
So you were in IDGAF mode last week, so you didn't
Yeah, I was
even.
still in IDGF until the end, and I was mildly happy. Like I'm not overjoyed. I'm still not just totally sold on the product at the moment.
But I totally marked out for that moment
I'm
as well
glad.
last week.
I'm glad. I'm really happy that you did. I'm glad that your favorite current wrestler won. That's awesome.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm
I'm
really sorry.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at the world in general.
No, I know you're not mad at me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that WWE put so much investment into your guy, and
They're
then
still
that
putting
didn't happen.
investment in him. Have you noticed like the stupid tear jerking fucking segments they keep filming and putting out there? Like
And
they
and
want
the
they
fact that
want people to remember this.
they filmed for the first time ever we can say a screwing off of the championship title plates.
Like yeah, that was like fuck.
Like
Like why?
Sasha didn't even get that.
Well, no one gives a shit about Sasha Banks anyway. But like,
Hot take.
yeah, I care about Sasha when she's a heel. She's not very engaging as a babyface for me.
No, I agree with you.
She's awesome as a heel. Babyface, I just I don't. That's not my thing for how she's been playing it. I'm not too happy with it, but
they didn't even do this for Seth Rollins when he got his injury.
yeah, I just think they didn't think of it. And now they've thought of it, and I don't think there's like a special reason why it's just Finn. But I think the point has been Finn's a guy we want long term. So any kind of ideas you have for social media, do them.
Well, I guess that since they gave Rollins an absolute stellar WWE 24 documentary,
Finn's getting one too.
That made him the biggest friggin' babyface.
Yeah, Finn's getting one too.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, like that's. Did you see the laundry list of his injuries? He tweeted them a couple days ago. It's a full tear of his labrum, a tear of his pectoral and biceps as well, and a fractured something bone as well. Here it is. 180, I guess, degree, he meant to say, labrum tear, torn bicep and pectoral tendon, cartilage damage, and a fracture to the glenoid neck socket. So basically, his whole fucking shoulder blew up.
Wow.
Because fucking Seth Rollins can't wait like 3 more feet to throw a person. Anyway, I shouldn't blame Seth. It should just be like that was a freak injury, but he needs to not throw people so early on that buckle bomb. Like that's the dangerous part of it, not the people are just like, oh, it's a dangerous move. No, it's like wait until you're at the thing so that they hit back, like flat on their back. That's the point. That's the point of falling at all.
You want to know something else that I literally just realized right now?
What?
Not one person was booked to take a buckle bomb from Seth tonight.
Oh yeah, it's probably gone. They're probably done with it now.
I really hope so.
I don't know, man. I'm just angry in general with how.
Waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm just angry in general with how careless WWE was in all aspects. They don't. For anyone who's doesn't know this, I'm getting a public relations degree in journalism at the university at the moment, and part of PR is like crisis prevention and crisis management, and part of like managing and predicting a crisis is looking at whatever your product is or whatever your organization is and saying these are the things that could get us in trouble. So basically using that mindset, I can see problems when I'm watching wrestling where like that move, if done wrong, could really hurt somebody, or that there needs to be tweaked. Like you fix these things before they hurt someone. And it feels like WWE never corrects any of these things. And you wouldn't know if unless someone got hurt, because that's when the coverage happens. But like, I'm talking in this aspect of like moveset stuff, and I'm talking storylines, like little small things that I just notice all the time, like that. Like the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens storyline. Like you hurt people's attachment to the product when you kind of show how little some stories mean, you know? And like just a lot of things like that, they really bug me. And it's why I'm just not fully into the product at the moment. But with all that said, we've really kind of hit this from all angles. I'm really happy about Kevin Owens. I wish nothing but the best for the dude who fucking blocked me on Twitter for calling him one of my favorites. Apparently that's not good enough for Kevin Owens, and you get blocked for that.
Yeah, if he hears this, he's going to block me. He's going to block Smark City.
Well, good.
And I'll love him as much as I do right now.
Good. I'm going to give him a hug in person. I'm going to be like, sorry, dude. You blocked me on Twitter. You got to give me a hug.
I would love him.
Sorry, man. I won't film it. I just want a hug.
And you want to know something? I do feel that Finn Balor made the I wanted to call it the United States Championship. Jesus Christ, because of the Universal Championship,
the UC.
Yeah, we'll just call it UC for short.
Yeah.
He made it legitimate, but unfortunately, there wasn't enough time to have that as a lasting impression.
Well, here's the brilliant thing about what Finn Balor was able to accomplish in his month on the main roster, right? He came in, he beat Seth Rollins, he beat Roman Reigns, he beat Rusev, he beat Kevin Owens, and he beat Cesaro. And he did amazing theatrical shit, and then he wins basically what was the essentially the main event of SummerSlam, right? And then he's gone in a flash. So, like, everything he's done has been super entertaining, and now we got to wait to see him again. And that's, like, people see that as a setback. I see it as, like, that potentially could make him forever because he came in like a bombshell, and
he's going to get a...
Now you got to wait, and you're going to get this massive pop around February.
Oh, my.
Yeah, like...
Massive.
Yeah, and my big thing, too, is... And it goes to seeing Kevin Owens as the Universal Champion now, is a lot of doors have opened for some really cool stuff down the line. And you know how WWE is. Like, you always see that stuff happens where you're like, oh, Balor Club could happen, or oh, this could happen, or we could have a Shield reunion. Well, now you've got a lot of avenues open with Kevin Owens. And we'll see what happens eventually. But you could see... Kevin Owens is going to need backup, so you could see a Shield reunion. You could see Balor Club helping KO and then turning on him.
Okay, well, I just want to say I don't want this to turn into the Authority 2.0.
Yeah, but here's the issue that I have, is that Triple H handpicked his guy. Kevin Owens now has like 4 enemies already. He has Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Big Cass. They're all pissed. And then Sami Zayn's probably pissed. You know?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Cesaro's pissed because Cesaro's like, dude, this guy came from where I came from, and now he's getting title shots, and I never got one. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of people after him, so he's going to need somebody to back him up. I'm sure Jericho's going to help back him up, and then they'll probably feud because, of course. Who else? I don't know. Could be it could be Gallows and Anderson. That seems to be the.
I would be cool with that because seriously, what the hell are they doing with them?
I don't fucking ring post-itis, old fart, whatever the fucking shit they did. I love them. They're awesome. They're being used kind of comedy relief on Raw right now, which is just not needed. They need to be Bullet Club. They need to kick fucking doors in.
You know, and this is like totally out of left field, but I could actually see Dana being part of the Bullet Club.
Well, here's the thing: is they had Doc Gallows' wife was part of the Bullet Club, and she's a blonde and looks similar to Dana Brooke in some ways. So they essentially already had her in the Bullet Club.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll find you a picture. Bullet Club's like 30 people at the moment, by the way.
But better than the NWO.
Oh yeah. And here's what's great is you've got this is why WWE eventually has to capitalize on the Bullet Club angle for real, because you have AJ Styles, Finn Balor. They have to fight at some point. Because Finn Balor, like, if you don't know the fucking story, Finn Balor creates the fucking group, and he's on the precipice of winning the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. He's starting to get to that. He's in the heavyweight division when he's been a cruiserweight for a long time, or a junior heavyweight, and he's getting close, and then he's splits for WWE NXT before he ever wins it. So in lieu of Finn Balor leaving, AJ Styles comes in basically the night Balor leaves and immediately wins the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. That's how close Balor was, and basically Styles was perfect, just put in his spot. So they have a very, like, it feels contentious, right? Like, it has to be at some point. They have to fight at some point. I remember seeing a recent interview where Styles was asked if he was, like, you know, with Balor being the leader of the Bullet Club and all that stuff, and he said, well, Balor was a leader. I was never a leader. I was just kind of the guy who talked, and people assumed I was the leader. And no, you were the leader. And so that has to happen. And now Kenny Omega's won the G1 Climax, and Kenny Omega's going to come to WWE eventually. He's amazing. I know he's right up your alley, Drew. If you never watched Kenny Omega,
No, I've never watched.
he is up your alley. He's very theatrical and almost like supervillain. Like, if that makes sense. He's very like almost comedically supervillain, like from a comic book, and it's really fun. He's going to come over eventually. Young Bucks might come over eventually. Like, there's just too much Bullet Club stuff not to do it eventually. So, and I feel like with Kevin Owens, like, Kevin Owens has a built-in feud with Balor, and already, I feel like you should build that up for when he comes back, it explodes. I think that's just a really smart thing to do. And
Balor did congratulate Owens on Twitter.
Oh, of course he did. They're friends in real life. But, you know, Owens wins the title on NXT, and then Balor takes it from him. And then NXT, or in WWE, Balor wins the title, Owens takes it from him, but even though he didn't take it from him, but you know what I mean? And then Balor can take it from him again. There's just too much fun to have there. Like, that's the thing, WWE. Use the easy stuff. Don't go create stuff. Use the easy stuff. The Bullet Club stuff and the Balor Owens and, like, all that shit, just use it. Like, build up to it. He'll be back in February. Like, kind of lead toward it, you know? I feel like they just create on the fly when they don't need to sometimes. Anyway, I'm talking too much.
I mean,
we should be celebrating.
You're making me think of, like, him actually holding this title past Christmas, past New Year's, past.
Oh yeah, I think you have to, after having Triple H fucking handpick him. Come on, man.
So
he has to win, like, all the time until like December at least.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Because I think you're about to see Kevin Owens show for real. I think he's about to go super, super heel, and it's gonna be great.
I have to see what shirt he was wearing tonight because I have to buy it now.
Is the red one, red KO shirt.
I did that with Randy Orton too.
That might have been a throw out or a shout out to Finn, wearing the black and red.
Could have been.
Yeah. If that's the case, I love Kevin even more. But
I think we should wind down now.
I think we should wind down. We've been talking for a lot. I've been talking for a lot.
I've just been going, oh my god.
Yeah, you've been, oh my god. Anyway,
that's so gay. What the hell?
Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Anyway,
are you trying to insinuate something here?
No, I said shut the fuck up. There's nothing to insinuate from that. That's just shut the fuck up.
I meant from the way you were saying, oh my god, like that.
No, no. That's me being silly. Anyway,
that's what you call it these days.
Yeah, that's what I call it. I call it silly. You call it gay. One of us is more sympathetic than the other. Anyway.
One of us is also more gay than the other.
Definitely, and it's me. Anyway. Smark City Podcast, we're kind of done, I guess. I don't fucking know. We're almost at 500 followers on Twitter. If you are one of them, thank you very much. Please follow us if you haven't, at The Smark City. If you want to get in touch with The Smark City, you can do it at www.thesmarkcity.com. You can reach us on Facebook, facebook.com/thesmarkcity, or you can just reach us in the YouTube comments. We will be scouring those for attention because please love us. So, yeah, reach out. We want to hear from you. What'd you think of the show? And how smarky am I for being such a dick on a night that should have been amazing and still is amazing? But you get the point.
That's okay. You were the heel tonight. I was the baby.
I was the heel, and I talked like crazy. I was Seth Rollins tonight. I overtalked and kept overtalking. I need a really, really cheesy, fake, just awful laugh.
And I may have muted you once or twice, just like Seth Rollins.
All right, Drew. Later, everybody. We're going to do something else now.
Love everybody. I love everybody.
Have a wonderful Monday evening. See you later.